Well, hey guys, I'm joined by David.
Hi there.
And we're going to be putting on some Sebring front covers to my MGB, so it'll be much like David's car. He's brought his car here today, and David's going to be walking me through how to put these on because he's done them to his car.
So most important thing is obviously we want to cut these holes only once, so we're going to put some masking tape over the top of the wing here, so we can fit the trim piece that goes there first, and then we're going to have the second trim piece up here, so masking tape down here will mark out the holes and then drill them. And then the last bit, which is probably the most difficult, is a little sort of dot fastener down the bottom here, which is sort of a quarter turn fastener. Getting in the right place is a bit tricky. So we've got one to work off at least, so hopefully we'll get through that okay.
Well, we've got David's one over here, so that should make life a little bit more easier.
Let's hope so.
Alright, so let's get on with it.
Let's carry on. Okay, so we've got our lovely brand new lens here. We're just going to put that loosely onto the body here to see how that's fitting. And on Steve's car, we've still got the little chrome trims on the side. I don't know if you'll be able to see on that side or not. So we're just going to try and sort of squeeze these on, and then we're going to. It might need two of us a minute to do it, but what we're going to try and do is obviously put these in place, and then when we can, we're going to put these aluminium pieces on as well. Now, as you can see, put the glass down somewhere safe. You might be able to see with these the ones going on the wing here that they aren't curved. So we're going to probably have to just give these a little bit of a squeeze. I don't know if I'll be able to do it with my hands or not, but we'll try. We might just. I think that's probably enough. I think the rivet will probably pick the rest of that out. And then you can see with the one that goes over the top of the light here, if you come round the back there, Steve, you might just be able to see we've got a little bit of a gap on that one too, so we'll just try and give that a little, just a tiny bit of a bend back, maybe just a tiny bit more. And I think when we've got the rivets in that, Steve, that should be enough to...
I think it will just pull it about right.
Just pull it in place.
Yeah, so once we get those in, that'll set up obviously our headlight, and then I guess after that it's going to be putting in this this turnbuckle down here. I think
what we'll do, Steve, we'll get these two on, get the cover in, and then once we've got the cover in and we're happy with where it is, we'll do the little dot fastening at the bottom there.
Sounds good.
Okay,
let's get them on.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got these plates all sort of set out where we want them. You know, we've used David's car as the what would you call it?
As a template, I guess. As a template, really?
I suppose. You know, as a template for these ones. And what we've done is we've marked out the holes on the actual bodywork here. So initially there were the holes, and we just remarked them to where David's one was and got them about right. But what we've done, we've left a little bit of free place, so this plate isn't actually hard up against the plastic. So it's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside trying to hold it.
You need an extra pair of hands to it. Unfortunately, I'm behind this camera, so apologies for that.
So what we've got is a headlight down here, and there's a tiny little bit of a gap here. So as I say, the plate isn't hard up against it, and the reason for that gap is to give you a little bit of clearance. When we turn this turnbuckle, this cover has actually got a little bit of leeway to go in and go up against the wing without it being too hard to put it in and out for maintenance purposes. So I think the next thing we're going to do is just drill out these holes and then rivet them in place. Right, where now there, David?
Okay, so we've got our lens to go on, our cover. I think hopefully we've cut these just about right. So let me just see if this. There we go.
I think that fits absolutely
So
beautiful.
That has slid in quite nicely. And then what we've got now, we've got our little turn fastener that goes in the bottom here. And luckily on this one, we've got quite a nice bit of, you can see the plastic here, quite a nice width on the plastic. So we'll have to sort of cut a sort of tablet-shaped hole in here. So I think what I think I might do is get something like a Sharpie pen or something, and we'll mark out where these where this fastener is going to go.
Well, there we are. So that's first fit, and that's absolutely beautiful. What do you think there, David?
I'm pretty happy with that, Steve. I think we've got a nice bit of width on the plastic at the bottom there. That can be a problem on these. If I just going to point to just under there, sort of it can be a sort of a stress point there. We've got, you know, a good, quite a whole centimetre, but a good few millimetres there. So that is a really nice fit on there. You can just see you've got a tiny gap just at the front here as well, so just so that's got somewhere to sort of flex into. Yeah, just that little gap there, and it comes about halfway on that one, and then it's about a third on that one, which is exactly the same as on my car.
So this is what we're talking about as we're taking in and out this cover. It just gives us just enough room and enough clearance to get it in, under and pushed across. If you did it dead tight, you wouldn't have that clearance, and that fits absolutely beautiful. So
and just one other thing while we're speaking as well, just be careful of this area here. You can see Steve's got that cut just right. If you do get these sort of round too far, they get hooked up on the top of the indicator there. So a nice gap there as well is really important.
Well, let's do the other side, and hopefully that should be job done.
That's it.
What do you think of that there, David?
I think you've got to be pretty happy with that, Steve, haven't you? That looks spot on. We've got a nice line coming down here, running alongside the wing there, and the same with the back there. Sort of it sort of flows over nicely there.
Yeah.
Looks nice and central.
Turnbuckle's about in the right place. Seems to be a nice gap between the.
Yeah, perfect. That's an important bit there if you are trying this job at home, is that little, making sure it doesn't clip on the indicator, and also Steve's managed to keep a nice bit of plastic around that around the lens there so it won't crack.
Definitely, and I think, to be honest with you, they're really well balanced. I mean, this is your gauging this by your own eye.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'd say, David, you've done a fantastic job of actually levelling those out while we've marked them up and got them about right.
Yeah, I think that's it. Because it is one of those bits that will draw your eye if they are wrong. But looking at how the the lens is sitting around these aluminium piece, it all looks absolutely spot on.
Absolutely perfect. So yeah. So I think this has been a really good first collaboration video between me and David.
Thanks very much, Steve.
And if you've not checked out David's channel, please do so. I'll leave a link in the box down below or up above somewhere. But as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.